You keep your head up, you keep your head up. In due time, we gon' get through this vibe. But don't you worry about
I just accidentally took the ugliest picture for this. I didn't even mean to, but I already went live, so. Yeah, I don't know. It's craziest. Yeah, that's the money.
Degree or some hoes or some keys to a billion, my pockets bending and keep going.
Want to send this picture out?
You
kind of angle yourself. You're gonna have to talk to them. Kind of angle yourself like this side. Yeah. So, because I know like right here. Yeah. Because y'all can talk to them. All right, family. We about to go ahead and send up them prayers. We're gonna get class started.
Ready? What are Yahweh? What are Yahweh? The Heavenly Father Yahweh. Come to you humbly, thank you for your child and grace and mercy. As you bring down the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the third heaven, Father. Allow us to be fruitful in the Spirit, Father. All the beautiful fruits of the Spirit, Father. We pray that you rain down upon us this Akim and this brotherhood and this sisterhood. Thank you for this gathering and your beautiful and illustrious Sabbath. We give you all honor and praise. In the Son of Mashiach and our Shai, your will be called Jesus Christ, man, we pray. Thank you. Amen.
Now for that prayer translated, the Lord's Prayer translated in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. All right.
So first and foremost, man, giving all praise and honor to the Most High in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Clap it up for our first Passover together. You know, praise the Most High, man. In that season, now first Passover. Can anybody tell me what Passover is? Anybody in the spirit tell me what Passover is? Go ahead, right? Y'all cool. Stand up, Bob. Stand up. It's a new year, okay? New year. Anything else? Anybody else? What's up, Key? I know you know what it is. What it is? That's the answer I wanted. Absolutely. When the Most High delivered us out of Egypt, that hard from bondage, right? So let's go to Exodus chapter 12. Let's go to 13 first, because I want to get what Key just said. That's the answer I wanted. That's exactly what it is. It's the escape of the hard bondage from the Egyptians. Anybody familiar with the bondage that we had in Egypt? Y'all familiar with that history? What about you, Dad? You know about it? Okay, all praise. All right, so y'all know about us being in slavery, in captivity. Okay. We have to go back to it, you know what I mean? But let's go ahead and get Exodus chapter 13. You know what I want, Mosh. Exodus chapter 13, and let's read, let's start at verse 1.
Exodus chapter 13 and verse 1.
Read loud.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever opened the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine.
Keep reading.
And Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt.
So what is Passover about? Came out of Egypt, right? That's what Kid just said, right? Keep reading.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of what?
The house of bondage.
What's another way for bondage? Slavery, right? So after captivity, slavery, read.
For by strength of hand the Lord brought up you out from this place.
Mhm.
There should no leaven,
What?
no leaven,
No leaven, right? No leaven should be in your houses, man. And even more so in your spiritual temple. No leaven in your spiritual temple, right? Keep reading.
bread be eaten.
Uh-huh.
This day came ye out in the month of Abib.
How many people know what the month of Abib is? What is that? Go ahead, kid.
It's the first one.
First month of the year, absolutely. What does it mean?
Spring,
What does that mean?
like spring.
Absolutely. This is when the spring comes in, right? When you know this, right? You into this type of stuff, right? So, this is when things be coming to life. The green year, when you start seeing the green year and a young body coming to fruition in life, you know for a fact that you're coming into the month of Abib. Okay. So this is our new year. This is when everything and all the crops become fully cultivated back into life. Coming out of that dead season, which is what? Winter. Right? Coming out of winter, we come into what? Spring, absolutely. Things of life. So I wanted to bring that out to let y'all know that this particular feast occurs in what month? Abib. I just want to make sure y'all follow me, all right? Now let's go back. Let's go back to Exodus 12. Exodus 12, right? From the top, huh?
Exodus chapter 12, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month,
What month?
okay,
What month? Abib, right? What does that mean? Green year, right? Young barley, right? Springtime, right? Read.
this Abib shall be upon you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
That's why Anthony, last time when we was here, we kept it like a new year, right? Because it is our new year. It's our real new year. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel.
Some of them.
All the congregation of
So
Israel.
everybody in the Israelite has to observe this. Watch this. Read.
Saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
Mhm.
And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb.
So that's why we did it. That's why Rasa got everybody, come together, you know what I'm saying? And we got the money and we partook in the lamb because this is a law. This is actually in the Torah that we must do this, right? Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish.
So we had to make sure we vet when we went to go get the lamb that the lamb was without blemish. Couldn't have no broken toes, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't be walking on one leg, couldn't have no diseases. It had to be the firstborn and it had to be a healthy lamb, right? Read.
A male of the first year.
It had to be a male, right? Of the first year. Read.
Ye shall take it out from the sheep and from the goats,
Come on, read, keep reading.
and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
In the evening. That's very, very key, right? You keep it up until the 14th day at evening, right? We're gonna keep reading it. Read.
And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts of the upper door post of the houses, wherewith they shall eat it.
Now, anybody can give me the significance behind the blood? What does this blood signify? So protection, right? Covering, right? Now in the spirit, give me the deeper meaning. Nikki, give me the deeper meaning. What does this blood signify and represent? This lamb without blemish. Blood of Yahweh Shai, right? In the spirit, right? So when people say Yahweh Shai in the Old Testament, you can show them right here. So what do you think this is talking about? This is spiritual covering and protection that we need in these last days. How the Lord is continuing to send that death angel, right? Them plagues, this COVID-19, everybody's scared as hell over that COVID-19, right? Nevertheless, man, we ain't tripping. Because we got the blood of the lamb covering us during these times, man. We're not even concerned about it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never see me wearing no damn mask. You know what I'm saying? That's my job mandated. And that's the only place you'll see me up there. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, nah. Never that, right? So we know this signifies the blood of the lamb, which is Hamashiach. How many of us knew that Hamashiach was the lamb? Or, Jesus Christ. Y'all know that, right? Okay, come on. Let's continue. Verse 8.
Verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night.
That what?
That night.
This key right here. Watch this.
Roast with fire.
Now we boil it.
Roast with fire.
Put it on the skillet.
roast with fire.
You gotta roast it, right? That's one of the prerequisites to your lamb, right? You have to roast it. Read.
In unleavened bread,
Gotta have unleavened bread, right? Write this down, y'all. Because look, me and Roger might not always be here, man. So I want you guys to know how to do this on your own, right? Huh? So look, that's a prerequisite, right? You gotta observe this feast in the nighttime. You have to roast it, right? Not bake it, not boil it, none of that. You gotta roast it with fire, right? And you have to have unleavened bread, right? But here go a bar from my boy Yapu. Read this.
and with bitter herbs.
Bitter what?
Herbs.
Bitter herbs, right? So we know you gotta have, along with this Passover feast, for this to be complete feast, you gotta have what? You gotta have your bitter herbs, you gotta have your unleavened bread, and what else? The lamb without blemish, right? These are the three components that you must have to observe Passover. If you missing any of the three, then it's not really Passover. All right. So make sure y'all brothers write that down, highlight that scripture, right? Keep reading.
They shall eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Eat not of it raw, nor sodding at all with water,
So that's going into the access of boiling. You know what I'm saying? Don't eat it boiled like that, right? Read.
but roast with fire.
But what?
Roast with fire.
So that's why we gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's why we got a grill for you guys. So we can be able to roast it with fire, like the scriptures tell us. You know what I'm saying? We gotta roast it. We gotta have heat touching the actual lamb. You know what I'm saying? And cooking it according to the heat. We can't fry it, none of that. We're supposed to roast it. You know what I'm saying? It's how the Lord wanted, right? Read.
And his head with his legs, and with the parted seats thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning.
What?
Ye shall let nothing remain of it until the morning.
So look, I want to tell you brothers right now, when you eat, right, we got to eat it all. If you don't eat it all, you can't throw nothing away. Okay? And you got to burn it. You know what I'm saying? This is a prerequisite. We can't throw nothing in the trash. Okay? When we eat it, we leave it on the table. Yeah. Preferably, I wish you guys finished the plate. But if we're not able to finish it, let's see what we got to do with it. Read.
And that which remaineth of it until the morning, ye shall burn with fire.
No, you got to throw it away.
Burn with fire.
So we got to burn it, right? So that's a prerequisite in Passover. If you don't finish all your food, you know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we burn the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is left over that we don't eat. For the sisters, I know you know how to hold it down. Right? Basically, with the kids, we just tell them to leave it on the table wherever they eat, and then me and Roger come get it, and then we'll put it in the pit and burn it. You know what I'm saying? Because we cannot throw nothing away. You know what I'm saying? I just want to really emphasize we can't throw nothing away. All right. Give me that. Huh? Got that? Yeah. It's a question, right? It's a question people ask. So let's get it.
Oblation of thy meat offering shalt thou season with salt.
No, don't season your meat.
Thou shalt thou season with salt.
Season the meat. The Lord has the oblation you and taste good. Don't be giving me the offers that's nasty. So you got to make sure we're gonna season all that out. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got the big homie. That's why he gonna tear it down. I mean, he cold in that aspect, right? So let's go back. Exodus 12 and 11.
Verse 11. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded.
So we're gonna be fully girded up, all right? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have our, you know what I'm saying? Our full apparel on, right? Read.
Your shoes on your feet.
Gotta have your shoes on your feet. Read.
And your staff in your hand.
Uh-huh.
And ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
You read.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord.
Why did the Most High do this? Anybody know why? Huh? He hardened his heart, right? What's the deeper message behind it? He wanted to prove a point. He wanted to showcase his power. This is when everybody knew the name of the Lord. Yahweh got respect after this. What he did to the Egyptians, you got to understand. Pharaoh power is like on the level of, I'm trying to think of something. Trump with like times 10, though. You know what I'm saying? Like Trump still got to check in with people. Like, no, Pharaoh don't have to check with nobody. I'm the boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm the top dude. I make all the decisions. Now I got my little contemporaries and nobles and all that, but nevertheless, I make the final decision. The Lord was like, I'm gonna cut him down. You know what I'm saying? To showcase my power. I hardened his heart To raise them up is hard, just to bring them down. That's how the Lord did it. You know what I'm saying? So this is the ultimate, you know what I'm saying, the ultimate goal and the ultimate message that the Most High was trying to articulate. I'm the Most High. Respect me, right? Read.
And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are.
That's my brother Thaddeus brought up, right? This is the blood. Now I want to hold my finger. I want to hold a finger on this because it's important, right? Let's hold our finger on this. Let's go ahead and get Matthew 26. Because Yahweh Shai is that lamb too. But for the sake of edification, let's go ahead and bring out some precepts for my brothers and sisters online. Give me 1 Peter first. 1 Peter chapter 1. And let's read verse 19. Tom, whoever got it.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 19.
Read.
But with the precious blood of Yahushua, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot.
He's that lamb without blemish. He is the personification of that lamb. Right? Those things are shadows. He's the personification of it, right? Read.
Who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the
He
world,
was ordained to be our lamb before anything ever was existed, right? Read.
but was manifest in these last
And
times for you.
manifest in the spirit. Now we know him. Right? We know his name. We know his deeds. We know what he like. We know what he don't like, right? All right, now let's get 1 John. 1 John 1 and 7. Come. 1 John
1 John chapter 1, verse 7.
Read.
But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another. And the blood of Yahushua, his son, cleanseth us from all sin.
Cleanses us what from what?
From all sin.
So the blood, Yahweh Shai is that lamb and protection. You know, spiritual protection and shadow that we need during these times, right? Now let's go back to Matthew 26. Now let's get back to 26. I just wanted to let's get 28. You know what? 26 and 26. Start at 26 first. We're gonna read down.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 26. And as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body.
See what I'm saying? So this is where you see the Bootleg Christian Church get communion from.
Yeah.
They get this right here, right? This is actually Passover. This is the last meal that Yahweh Shai partook in, right? That bread, right? That unleavened bread represents Yahweh Shai's body. Which is why it's very, very important that we partake in this, right? We partake in the body of Yahweh Shai. Watch this, though. Keep reading.
Verse 27. And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it. For this is my blood.
For this is what?
For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sin.
This is my blood. This is a spiritual covering, man. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you see my brother Ratazan running 15, 20 stores to get the wine for us, man. You see what I'm saying? This is the blood. It symbolizes Yahweh Shai, man. And we got the little grape juice and all that, the unleavened one, you know what I mean, for the kids. You see what I'm saying? This is why we have to do these things, man. We don't do these things in vain. All these things have a purpose, right? Now let's go back. Exodus 12, verse 13.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 13.
So when you see my brother a little bullheaded about this is the reason why. All right. It's a law. You gotta observe it, you gotta keep it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's our heritage that you brought out earlier, Thaddeus, right? If it's our ethnicity, it's our heritage, then why don't we do it correctly, right? Are we gonna half-ass our inheritance, right? Some people do. I'm not gonna half-ass my inheritance, you know what I'm saying? Because I want everything that comes with it, right? So that's why we gotta make sure we go hard, man. Right? All praises for this brother. Keep reading. Verse 13 from the top.
And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you. When I smite the land of Egypt.
Absolutely, right? So that was our protection, our shadow, our covering, right? Read.
And this day shall be unto you for a memorial.
What's a memorial? Anybody? It's a celebration, right? It's a memorial, right? And you keep it all the time, right? You keep it all the time, right? It's a memorial celebration, right? Read.
And ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your
We
generations.
still having kids, right? We still having kids, right? Okay, so I mean, we got to still keep this, right? All right. I'm just making sure. Read.
Ye
You know,
shall-
because some people say we don't got to keep it. Now, Shah is our lamb. We don't got to do it no more. What the Lord said. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, keep it throughout your generations. Yahweh Shai is the lamb. He partook in it. If he partook in it, then we know we still got to keep it. And after he died, they still partook in it, right? I can give y'all precepts on that too. Keep reading.
Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
No, just for this time period right now.
Forever.
Forever. We're gonna be keeping these feasts in the kingdom. Read now. I want you guys to take notes right here. Okay, it's really detailed right here. I want you guys to make sure y'all take notes from 15 down to 19. Read.
7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread, even the first day. Ye shall put away leaven out of your
So
houses.
this is why you got to get rid of all the leaven out of your house. And in the spiritual sense, you want to get rid of the leaven out of your temple. What is leaven? Hating your brother, backbiting, double crossing, being angry, holding grudges. Get all that out your house. You know what I'm saying? Get that out your spiritual house and get the literal leaven out your house too, right? Read.
For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
So it's real serious. Y'all see that, right? The Lord said, get it. Look, in the ancient world, leaven wasn't even allowed in the house. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't even allowed in Israel during this time. But it was like the month of Abib came, we didn't allow leaven to come into our cities. You see what I'm saying? Until after this was over. You see what I'm saying? That's how serious it was. Until after this feast was over, we didn't even allow that type of stuff. So you got the pancake mix. You know what I'm saying? You got some vinegar. You got some baking soda. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get rid of that today. You know, or Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Sunday, me and my baby gonna completely. We got everything on the table. It's gonna be over with Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even try to risk it Monday. Sundown Monday is go time. All right. Read.
Verse 16. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation to you.
Okay, so how many people know the first day and the 7th day of Passover? Anybody know?
Like the actual.
Yeah, the days. We know we in the month of Abib, which is the first day, right? It's the first month, right? Now, what day did Passover occur? That's the preparation.
14th day.
14th day at what? At evening, right? What is the 14th day at evening?
The 15th.
It's coming into the 15th day. Anybody has a problem with that? Let's get an understanding of that. It's very, very important. Make sure y'all write them notes down because there's a lot of people out here that will try to confuse you guys, right? We're going to get the precept to get y'all to understand, all right, how this thing works. Go ahead and hold your finger on this. Let's get Leviticus 23. We'll come back to this. Let's get Leviticus 23. And then we're gonna see how they did it in the Gospels. Read verse 4. Start at verse 4.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 4.
Read.
These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their season.
So you got to keep it in its proper season, right? What season is Passover in?
Spring.
Oh, praise. Read.
In the 14th day of the first month at even.
In the 14th day of the first month at even, right? Read.
Is the Hamashiach's Passover.
Read.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread.
Hold it. 14th day at evening and the 15th day is the same thing. How do we know that? Let's go ahead and get Luke. Let's prove it in the spirit. 22:1. 22:1.
Ready?
Come, read.
St. Luke chapter 22, verse 1. Now the feast of unleavened bread drew nigh, which is called the Passover.
Y'all see that? Unleavened bread, Passover, same thing, right? Drop down to verse 7.
Then came the day of unleavened bread, when the Passover must be killed.
When what?
Must be killed.
So the feast of unleavened bread and the Passover occurs on the same day. Go back to Leviticus. Now we got to understand that, right? We see it in the Gospels. We see how our Lord kept it. Now let's go back. Read verse 20, Leviticus 23, verse 4 and 5 again.
Leviticus 23, verse 4.
Mhm.
These are the feasts of the Hamashiach, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Hamashiach's Passover.
Read.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened
Did we
bread.
just read that? In the Gospels, right? So the 14th day at evening is the 15th day. You remember, a day begins and ends in the evening. Okay? How do we know that? Let's go ahead and stay in the same chapter, just to prove it to my brothers. Stay in the same chapter, read verse 32.
Okay, you ready?
Come.
And it shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even, from even unto
From
even
morning to morning.
shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
From morning to morning. Read that part again.
From morning unto
No,
morning.
No, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. No, you said it right. I'm just saying, because a lot of people believe the day begins in the morning. Okay, it does not. I'm showing you right here, according to the Bible, right? The Heavenly Father, the day begins in the evening. So read that part again. Salaki, I was playing on words. Read it again.
In the 9th day of the month at even, from even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
So even the even begins the day. Y'all familiar with that, right? I got no problem with that, okay? So listen, 14 day at evening begins and comes in the 15th day, which we keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread, right? I just wanted to make sure that I have to emphasize that. Make sure you brothers write that note down. Because you got a lot of people. You got a question?
No, I was gonna say precept about the evening.
Go ahead, give me a precept. You got a precept?
Genesis chapter 1, verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
See, an evening and a morning comprised of a day, but it begins in evening and it ends in evening. Okay? We have a morning in each day, but it begins in the evening and it ends in the evening. Okay? You're never going to see in the Bible morning and morning. Don't exist. All right? Some crazy doctors out there. I just want to protect my brothers and let y'all know, stay girded up in this law. You know what I'm saying? Brothers are trying to dupe you and say, oh, morning begins today. No, it does not. Even and even. That begins and ends the day, okay? So now let's go back. Let's go back to Exodus 12.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 16.
Read 17. Oh, we read 16 from the top.
Verse 16. And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation.
What is a holy convocation? Holy gathering, right? Read.
And then the 7th day there shall be in holy convocation.
So give me the 7th day, Calvert, from our feast. Our feast starts on April 6th sundown. So when is the 7th day? 7 days from April 6th sundown. Anybody, but I'm picking on my brother right here. I want to make sure y'all know this. What? Look on the calendar. I don't know.
The 13th is sundown.
There you go. 13th at sundown. Why?
That's 7 days.
That's the 7th day. At
Sundown.
even, remember? At even. You confused that? Let me know. You on it? You good? Okay, I'm just making sure. Because people get confused with this, man. I just want to make sure, okay? So our Passover begins April 6th sundown, right? That's the first holy day, right? And then it ends on April 13th sundown. That'll be the 7th holy day, okay? Read it again.
And then the first day there shall be in holy convocation. And then the 7th day there shall be in holy convocation.
So 2 holy convocations, right? 2 holy gatherings. While we at it, would you want to do on the 7th day? Would you want to do on the 7th day?
On the last day?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it.
We'll talk about it later.
But we are having this. Gotta have a celebration.
We gotta have a celebration according to the Bible. Read.
No manner of work shall be done in them, save them.
So that's the Sabbath, okay? No work, no buying, no selling, no getting no money on that day, right? So Monday, right? Just coming up Monday, it's a holy day, right? When the sundown, and then the following Monday, which would be the 13th sundown. No buying, no selling, no getting no money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta call off, do whatever you gotta do. Call in sick, do whatever you gotta do, man. It's just this day belongs to the Lord, right? Read.
Save that which every man must eat.
Mhm.
That only.
What? Hold on. I want you to emphasize that part. Every what?
Save that which every man must eat.
Every man must partake in the Passover. Okay, I cannot emphasize that enough. Every single soul, in particular, every male must partake in the Passover. Okay, read.
That only may be done of you,
Mhm.
and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened
That's
bread.
another key thing, right? I don't want to skip past that. I want y'all to take notes, okay? We gotta cook this. Our women can't cook this. Okay? This has to be by the males. Every male has to partake in it, and we have to cook this. Okay? This is all us. Okay? This is why I want y'all to know how to do this. Because most times, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can always be together, but if we're not together, I still want y'all to know how to observe this by yourself. Okay? So it's important y'all know this. Make sure I take good notes, highlight this whole chapter. Read.
For in this same self day have I brought you your armies out of the land of Egypt.
Mhm.
Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
Forever, we gotta keep doing this, right? Read.
In the first month of the 14th day of the month at evening,
Going into that 15-day read.
ye shall eat unleavened bread
Uh-huh.
until the 1 and 20th day of the month
21st day at what?
evening.
At evening. Going into the 22nd, right? I'll give you full 7 days, right? Read.
7 days shall there be no leaven found in your house.
So this from April 6th, sundown, to April 13th, sundown, no leaven, man. No leaven, man. We gotta keep unleavened bread. And every day you have to eat unleavened bread. Okay? Every single day you gotta any of your meals, you gotta have unleavened bread. Go ahead, sis, educate them on some type of meals because that ain't really my lane. You can go ahead and I know I gotta put you on the spot, but go ahead. I know you got this.
I'll send you guys
A list. She just sends a list. Okay? Do we got an example of some unleavened bread right now?
Tortilla, like tortilla
tortillas,
shells.
like tacos.
Not sure
Stuff
how
like
much
that.
without
They have
cheese.
the crackers. They sell them in
The little
You
crackers.
have to eat the matzo with your- But you have to make sure it says what has the
Kosher for Passover.
Kosher for Passover, I'm sure. So I just want to give y'all some ideas because it must be observed for 7 days. You know what I'm saying? For 7 days. Y'all be good though.
When you clean, you have to clean everything. Like you gotta clean crumbs off your car, you gotta clean your seats, your pockets, just as much as you can think of.
Come.
real.
Because that clean ain't no joke. The bottom of your sheet.
Bottom of your shit. Yeah, this be extra. Because the Lord in the spirit, we don't want no leaven in our temple, our home right here, but even in our home that we dwell at. You know what I'm saying? Want to get it out, man. Want to get all that out and we bring it in the new spirit. That's the whole purpose. Bring it in the new spirit, the new light. You know what I'm saying? When we left this, where did we go? Ishba? When we left this, where did we go? When we left Egypt, where did we go? We went to the wilderness, right? We went to the wilderness, but it was preparation. It was preparation for the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? It was preparation for our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So we in the spirit. So like, I like to put people on the spot, man. I just want to make sure y'all with me. You know what I'm saying? So when I think I'm gonna include y'all, but it's all love. We family. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. But when we left, we went to the wilderness for 40 years. Turns out that we a generation, and then boom, enter us into the promised land, Israel, right? Okay. Did you finish 19 up?
For whosoever eateth that which is
No,
leavened.
let's sit on that. Let's go ahead and let's drop down to verse 46.
Verse 46. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof.
You know what I'm saying? So in the ancient world, they wouldn't break a bone. You know what I'm saying? They would slaughter the lamb, but it wouldn't break a bone. And this signified Yahweh Shai when he was on the cross. He didn't have no broken bones. You know what I'm saying? When he died, we can go to that. When he died, they had the priest, and the high priest put their palms on him, like a high priest would do. And they beat him up the same way they would do a lamb. You know what I'm saying? Because he is our lamb. They understood that. Caiaphas understood. I don't know if the other brothers did, but he did. And they didn't break no bones when they beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Despite Yahweh Shai and all the slaughter and the things that he had to go through, no bone was broken because he is that lamb without blemish. Right? Read.
All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised.
Mm-hmm.
And then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one of is born in the land. For uncircumcised person,
Or no.
for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
Read that part again. You gotta get that part. Get that part good. Read it loud.
Verse 48.
No, that last part.
For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
Nobody that's uncircumcised. What I was telling brothers. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to pause, super pause. But nevertheless, I was telling brothers, look, if you uncircumcised, you cannot partake in eating of the lamb.
Now, Chad had a question on that.
Yeah,
So this is a perfect time for you to bring up your question.
You had, it was Exodus 12, but it wasn't in that part you brought out. Yeah, the stranger part, 48.
Yeah, stranger, yeah.
Yeah, so I was asking, it says, and when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised. So I was asking in this particular scripture, is it talking about strangers? Like,
Yeah, you got
outside of
let's get a precept. You gotta understand in Israel, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand context. Very, very good question, brother. You gotta understand context. In some instances, the Lord is talking about the heathen, and some instances he's talking about Israelites who scattered, who did not grow up in Jerusalem. Let's prove that. Let's get Leviticus 25. Because ain't no heathens partaking in our Passover. Let's get Leviticus 25. You got to think about it in the ancient world, right? Like 35, 25 and 35. But I want to I want to continue with Chad real quick. 25. So and 35. But hold on. You got to remember, Chad, in the ancient world, right? We had scattered Israelites, and we'll bring that precept out in Acts, right? We'll all come to Jerusalem for taking the feast. Now, them brothers are strangers. They not from Jerusalem. They from all other places. They had to live in Rata house. They had to live in such and such house. They had to live in the brother's house that was from there. So you have to make sure, okay, when you come in the house, you got to make sure you're right. You know what I'm saying? But it's feast. I can't have you here. You know what I'm saying? So we had our scattered Israelites. So a lot of people get confused and just think about Israelites in Israel. No, it was Israelites everywhere. And they'll all come and partake in this feast. We'll bring it out after that. We'll bring it out after this. Read this real quick. 25. You got me, Ishmael? 25 and 35. Read that.
Leviticus 25 and 35. And if thy brothers be waxen poor,
Why what?
be waxen poor.
No, I want you the brother part.
Oh, and if thy brothers be waxen poor,
Talking about our brother, right? Read.
and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger.
Don't he be what?
A stranger.
This is talking about Israelites who are strangers. Read.
Or a sojourner.
He sojourn. He's kicking it with you for a little bit, a momentary time. Read.
That he may live with thee.
That he may live with thee. Right now, we kind of all sojourners right now in Ruther House. We're strangers. It's not our home. You know what I'm saying? We're welcome here. It's not our home. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was in the ancient world. Let's go ahead and get Pentecost. Let's get that. Acts 2 and 5. 2 and 1. Start from the top. I'm gonna bring it up. That's a good question, though. Right?
Yeah, because I asked that because in other parts of the scripture, the stranger is something else.
Yeah.
That's a great precept.
Great, yeah, absolutely. You gotta be careful and know the context.
Right.
You gotta know
Right.
the precepts to back it up with, because you know how sometimes the Lord referenced Israelites as Gentiles.
Exactly.
He referenced us as Gentiles,
Yeah.
but the Gentiles typically mean Hebrews.
Yeah.
You gotta know the context. You gotta understand the precepts. You gotta make sure you keep things in proper order. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get that Acts 2 and 1.
I thought he was getting this on this side. Acts chapter 2 and verse 1. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place.
Keep reading.
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them.
Come down to verse 1.
Verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Out of every nation, right? Not just Yasha'ala, out of every nation. He gonna expound on these nations. Read.
Now, when this was noise abroad, a multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans?
Right? Read.
And how hear we every man in his own tongue, wherein we were born, Parthians and Medes and Elamites, and the dwellers of Mesopotamia and in Judea, and
Y'all gotta look. Y'all gotta start looking these places up, okay? A lot of these places in Asia Minor. You got Medes, that's going over there like Iraq, over that towards that way. Y'all gotta look in Iran, Iran over that way. Y'all got Elam, all that, those regions, right? So-called Middle East, as they call it now. This is where these Israelites are coming from. So they're not in Jerusalem. They're not in the homeland. You know what I'm saying? So they will be strangers. Keep reading.
Cappadocia,
Yeah.
and Pontus in Asia, Pergia,
Phrygia,
and
Pamphylia,
in Egypt, and in the parts of Libya about
Cyrene,
and strangers of Rome.
Hold on, what do you call them?
Strangers of Rome.
Strangers. You know, damn well no heat is partaking in our feasts. These are strangers because this is not their home. Where was the feast partaking in? Jerusalem, where the temple was, right? Solomon's porch. So going back, right? Go back to Exodus 12. We got those precepts. Write those down, brothers. Y'all gonna have to bring them out because he's just gonna be able to try to bring these out and be like, I can partake in it. It's not talking about you. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about Israelites. Read it again. Exodus chapter 12, verse 48.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 48. And when the strangers shall sojourn with
when your Israelite brother that's scattered, right, come sojourn with you, come live with you and chill with you for a momentary time, read.
And will keep the Passover.
And keep the Passover because he got to keep the Passover to the Lord, right? Read.
Let all his males be circumcised.
Everybody that he bring with him, his camp, his kids, all of them got to be circumcised. Read.
And then let him come near and keep it.
Yeah, they can keep it. They good. Read.
And he shall be as one that is born in the land.
He's going to be like one of the actual Jews that's born in Judea. You know what I'm saying? Read.
For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
You can't do it if you're not circumcised. You got to get circumcised. That's a mandate by the Father. You see what I'm saying? Very, very important. So I just want to go over a couple of things that's important. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask y'all. So give me some of the 4 components of Passover that must happen for the Passover. Right here. That must happen, that we must observe, and we must partake in Passover. What are the 4 most essentials? You need a lamb, you need the bitter herb, unleavened bread, you need the wine, and what else? For males, they got to be uncircumcised. Those are the main components, right? First day is a what? Speak louder. What y'all nervous? First day is the Sabbath, right? And what's the 7th day? It's the Sabbath, man. Okay. Anybody got any questions on Passover? Go ahead. We're gonna touch on that too because I wanted to bring. I just want to make sure anybody have any understanding or any type of questions on the ordinances because now we're gonna bring out other things that's associated with this. Anybody? No. Go ahead.
For just the first day and the last day are Sabbaths, right? So the ones in between we can work.
Yes. We're good. Absolutely. The first and last days are convocations, which are holy and separate.
Was Christ circumcised? I have a question.
Absolutely, Christ was definitely circumcised. Let's go ahead and get that. Yes, hell yeah, Christ was circumcised. Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, he's the anointed Savior, man. Let's get set. Luke chapter 2, and let's read verse 21.
Luke chapter 2 and verse 21. And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child, his name was called Yahushua.
Jesus, right? There you go, right there. Yeah, Jesus was circumcised. Read.
which was so named of the angel before he was conceived in the womb.
Absolutely. So Yahweh Shai, we're gonna be followers. And look, Christians are bringing this out and just skip over it, man. Like he was circumcised. What you mean? You can't. You gotta follow him. How is he circumcised if you not be circumcised? Right? So you have to be circumcised according to the Bible. But Raya brought out a beautiful point. So now I'm gonna get to brothers that may not be circumcised right now. Right? You might have an issue. You know what I'm saying? You might have to get the situation handled quickly. Right? So it's hope for y'all. I'm sure. Let's go ahead and get numbers. Most High is always generous, man. We're gonna give you a. We're gonna give you
Always
some
get
good
your way out.
We're gonna give your way out, man. Let's get Numbers 9. And let's start from verse 1.
Numbers chapter 9 and verse 1.
So let's say you was uncircumcised, which makes you unclean, or a woman was on had her issue. You know what I'm saying? She had a period. Right? Great.
And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai.
So we're in the wilderness right now, right? Watch this.
In the first month of the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt.
So this is like the second year we was, you know what I'm saying, came out of Egypt, right? Watch this.
Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover and his appointed season.
What season is that? God, read.
In the 14th day of this month at evening.
What day is that? Going into the 15th day, right? Read.
Ye shall keep it in his appointed season.
Read.
According to all the rights of it.
Rights is going into the aspects of the lamb, the bitter herbs, you know what I'm saying? Making sure you roasting it, you know what I mean? Eat your unleavened bread, eat your wine and all that, right? Right? Read.
And according to all the ceremonies thereof, shall ye keep it.
Read.
And Moses spake unto the children of Israel that they shall keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at evening in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord had commanded Moses. So did the children of Israel. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man.
So this is very, very important, right? So now we got some of our sisters that might have, you know, they would have they monthly, you know what I mean? And this makes them defiled or unclean, right? We had a brother that touched an unclean body, you know what I'm saying? And made him defiled, made himself defiled, right? This is also going to aspects of somebody that might not be circumcised. Being uncircumcised also makes you unclean in the eyes of the Father, right? Read.
And they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season, according to the children of Israel.
They're like, hold on, man. You know, we defiled, but like, what's up, Moses? Like, what we gonna do? And, you know, they panicking, like, what's up, man? We know we can't partake in this holy day, but like, what? You know, so Moses is like, hold on, bro. Let me go with part of the Lord. It's a little different. I never heard this before, so we're going to part of the Lord. Let's see what the Lord told him. Read.
And Moshe said unto them, stand still, and I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your prosperity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in the journey afar off.
So anything that makes you unclean, right? The Lord said, look, this fits you, right? Our sisters being unclean, our brothers being unclean, right? In any capacity, read.
Yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord.
You still got to keep it, but watch this.
The 14th day of the second month.
Of what?
The 14th day of the second month at evening.
So when do we get the second Passover?
15th day. The 14th day of the second.
There you go. Second month. Write that down, fellas. Y'all might have your own congregation one day, man. Y'all gotta teach this, so make sure y'all keep these notes. Write this down. Very, very important. Right? For the ones that missed the first one, for whatever reason, you might have been unclean. Now, hold your finger on this. I wanted to show you, like, sisters, we're gonna bring that out too. Matter of fact, you give me Leviticus 12. You start at verse 1. And you give me Maccabees. First Maccabees. First Maccabees. And let's read verse 48. Any one first. All right. So this applies for both the sisters and the men. All right. So we're gonna get whoever first. You got Leviticus?
Leviticus chapter 12 and verse 1.
Read.
And the Lord spake unto Moshe, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed.
No, 15. Salaki. No, 15. Yeah, Leviticus 15. Oh, Salaki, 15. Yeah, that's when the women have the issue problem. 15. Come. Leviticus 15.
Leviticus chapter 15, verse 1.
Nah, let's get to the point. Let's get to the point where it says 19. Yeah, come.
Verse 19.
Great.
And if a woman have an issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days. And whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening.
See, so a woman who's on her menstrual cycle is unclean for 7 days. So if her menstrual cycle occurs during this time of Passover, make sure y'all keep this in mind to y'all ribs. And she's not able to partake it because it makes her unclean. You see what I'm saying? So she would have to get the next go around, which is the second month. On what day? You know what I'm saying? So the Lord always is generous. He gives us another time. You know what I'm saying? And give me the other one for the males. So this is for the females. Write that down for the females. The females is unclean during this time. You know what I'm saying? The ribs of somebody or your daughters, they have to get the second go round. Now let's get the males. Read that. Chapter 1, verse 48.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 48. That they should also have their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
See, being uncircumcised make you unclean. And it's an abomination in the eyes of the Father. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Now, we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? In the eyes of the Father, once you do know, now you got to make sure that you got to get this done. You know what I'm saying? If my sisters went in here, I would have told y'all my situation. Because you know what I'm saying? I actually, you know what I'm saying? My mom didn't circumcise me when I was younger. I had to get it when I was in the streets. But I'll tell you guys on the side about it. But nevertheless, everybody that's a male that want to partake in the feast has to be circumcised. Go ahead.
What if a sister has her issue with a second month at the same time?
She can't keep it. She just missed it.
Yeah, she missed it around. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a holy convocation. And it ain't no slight to her. It's just she ain't gonna be able to keep it. She's gonna have to try to get it the next time, next year. You know
Remember, it's mandated for all the men.
Males, so we're gonna bring that precept up because it's only mandated for the males. Everybody got to keep it, but if the sisters is out for some reason, you know, uncleanness, hey man, ain't no shame on them. You know what I'm saying? No sin upon them. Go ahead, sister.
If a sister is unclean but then clean for the last day, can she keep the last day?
The last day you can keep it. Period. Period. Because the reason why you can't keep the first day is because it's the Passover.
Yeah, the Passover. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes you. Yeah.
Right.
So go ahead, sister.
Sorry. Also, too, if you are unclean for the second time, you still have to keep unleavened bread.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, everything is the same order. Yeah,
Same
same.
keep the rights.
Yeah, the same rights. We got to keep all the same ordinances the same way. Unleavened bread for 7. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you saying if say a sister is unclean for the second time? I don't think they have to keep the unleavened bread. If they're unclean for the second Passover.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unclean.
Well, yeah, you're unclean. You're not able to partake.
And then the rest of the nation not keep. It's done.
Yeah.
It's only for those that can partake.
Partake in it. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta partake. Yeah.
So you don't have to because you already did unleavened bread. You already kept that. You just didn't eat the Passover. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Gotta try to get the Passover. That's what this is about. That particular that first day, that first holy convocation that day when the Lord actually passed over. Now, did you read the rest of that up? Finish that.
49 now.
Read 48 again. Yeah, 48.
First Maccabees 1 and 48.
Mhm.
That they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
See, it's profane. It's profane in the eyes of God. No, you said it right. Profanation. It's profane, man. It's disgusting in the eyes of the Father if you don't circumcise your children. So, being that some brothers had that issue, you know what I'm saying? I had to make it happen. when I first came into the truth. So a lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying, they'll have to make it happen in a speedy time so they can go ahead and get it the second time around. Go ahead, sis.
Okay, you know when it said about circumcising your son after that 8 days, does it have to be on that 8th day, or can it be?
Yeah, try your best. Try your best to get it on the 8th day. Do everything in your power. Let's go. Let's get in the law. Get Genesis 17. If you can make the appointment earlier, you know what I'm saying? You know you got a boy, go ahead and make the appointment earlier. Go ahead and schedule it. You know what I'm saying? If you know your due date, go ahead and tell them, like, hey, look, go ahead and make that situation known. Like, look, I need this. It's imperative. You know, according to my religion and what I do, I gotta go ahead and do this. Leviticus 17 and read verse 10. Verse 9.
Leviticus chapter 17 and verse 9. And God said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant thereof, thy and thy seed after thee in their generations. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you.
Say 8 days old. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do it on the 8th day. Read.
Every man child in your generation.
Every man child in your generation must occur, right? So on the 8th day, Genesis 17 and 10. Oh, my bad. Salaki. Genesis. Salaki. Genesis chapter 17, verse 10. Read it again. Read 10 and 11 again.
Genesis chapter 17, verse 10. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you. Every man child in your generation.
See, there you have it, right? So yeah, so kid, to answer your question. And look, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a scenario that happened in the scriptures. Let's get John 7:22. We can start at 21. John 7:22. Now, what if this 8th day occur on the Sabbath? Let's see how we was moving. Let's see, you know, on the Sabbath, like, are we still supposed to do it? Let's see what the Lord said. Get John chapter 7, verse 21.
St. John, chapter 7, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua answered and said unto them, I have done one work, and ye all marvel. Moses, therefore, gave unto you circumcision, not because it is of Moses, but of the fathers.
Abraham, read.
And ye on the Sabbath day circumcise a man.
See, on the Sabbath day, you had the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they were still circumcising man for the sake of circumcision. That covenant won't be broken because we had to do it on the 8th day. So to answer your question here, even if it's on the Sabbath, let's get it done. You know what I'm saying? Hospitals are still open. Let's go ahead and get that done. The Lord said it's all good. You know what I'm saying? They was doing it, so we can do it. Now, in the spirit, if y'all just want to read the rest of this on your free time, I was just showing how much they hypocrites. Y'all getting on me for healing on the Sabbath. Well, y'all healing people on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? When you circumcise a man, that's healing somebody. You got to bandage them up and all that. So I'm healing people on the Sabbath. Y'all healing people on the Sabbath. Y'all some damn hypocrites, man. How y'all gonna get on me when y'all doing the same thing? That's what Yahweh was saying. But nevertheless, yeah. To answer your question, yeah, absolutely. 8th day. Any more questions? 8th day. The reason why is because after the 8th day, kid is fully mature enough to deal with the bleeding.
Introduce vitamin K.
Yeah. So anything prior to that, you won't be able to do so. You know, after that, so the Lord have the 8th day because you'll be able to recover from it.
Do the hospitals do that? Well, they give the kids vitamin K. So that's why they
They use it as an excuse to say this is why they need the vitamin K shot. And then women don't need. That's why it's for you guys that have daughters. They don't need the vitamin K because they're not getting blood trauma, anything that's going to be trauma to cause bleeding. Because the vitamin K helps with bleeding.
I didn't know. My son almost 19, but I don't even remember.
Yeah. But back in the day, we just whatever.
We just do it.
Yeah.
I did want to bring out some precepts.
Yeah, bring
too.
them on.
Now, here's the thing too, man, that I wanted to talk about real briefly because it's a lot of people that are afraid in this particular time. Like this is a special time to keep Passover. This is a beautiful time to keep Passover. Like I don't know if you guys keeping up with everything going on with the little coronavirus and all of that plagues. I mean, America's on seems like a financial crash. You understand? It's a lot of stuff going on. There's wars. It's a lot of stuff going on. This is a special time to keep Passover, but you have some brothers on Facebook, on YouTube, or whatever that are teaching brothers that they don't have to keep Passover anymore because of their lack of faith. You understand? And so I want to bring these precepts out. Let's get 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. Because of their lack of faith, we just don't have to do it. Yeah.
First Corinthians.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 17.
13.
13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as in common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
Man, we can't do it. The coronavirus. Social distancing. We can't. We're gonna want to make too much noise. The cops are gonna call us, so we're not gonna keep the Passover. You full of, You afraid? What are you talking about? Did not the Israelites eat it in haste? Why was they eating the Passover in haste? Because the Egyptians. What are you talking about? They was going through the same thing. They had to get out of there. They had to make sure they was prepared. They didn't say, "Oh Lord, wait, the Egyptians are mad at us because you sent in all of these plagues, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do it." This is the fear that your brothers are showing. All of the strong Hebrew bearded out the game brothers. No disrespect to the brothers with beards, right? But I'm just saying, these brothers is out here scary. Oh no, well, we're gonna just wait and we're gonna pray to God. Man, he said no temptation that we are not able to handle. What are you talking about? Let's get James 1 and 12 real quick. And so I gotta talk about this because it's a lot of scary. Jake's causing a lot of brothers to go astray, man.
James chapter 1, verse 12. In the top. Blessed is the man that endured temptation.
Blessed is the man that endured temptation. That's not just talking about your bodily temptation. That's talking about the world. It says, blessed is the man that endures temptation. Yeah, they're going to pass more laws for us not to be able to keep the feast. So what do? We feast. We listen to him. We forget to hell with America and the police. Well, what about the police? To hell with the police. Well, that's not wisdom. No, not wisdom is not keeping the laws of God.
Yeah, that'll get you killed.
Yeah. Your wisdom about to get me killed.
Yeah, your worldly wisdom.
Brothers are operating in wisdom. We can't. This is gonna be the same brothers that's gonna tell y'all ignorant if y'all still go out there and street teach. What we gonna do? Stop? You gonna stop the word? Because America said stop? Because they said it's a curfew? Because they said you can't go in your house? Because they said if you're wearing fringes, you can't be here? Or if you got a beard, you can't get work? Or if you, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If a sister got a head wrap on, then she's a terrorist? Like, what are we going to do? Are we going to start just bending to the rules? See, it's a fear. It's like a spirit of fear that's going on in the nation right now. And it's sickening. It's sickening to me. How you brothers going to die for Christ and y'all can't scared to keep the Passover in your house? Cops ain't even sweating you that bad. Turn the music low and have a get together. It's really that goddamn simple. Turn the music low and have a get together. Why are you scared? It's more than 10 people in here. Do they know? And we on live with it. It is what it is.
Telling on ourselves.
Yeah, we are. Right. But the point is, we got the faith of the Mashiach. What we scared of? You don't think, how you think Christ felt? Christ was about to go to the cross and he still ate the Passover. What's your excuse? Christ was about to die. He was sad. He cried and begged the Lord for the cup to pass from him. And he still ate it. He still ate the Passover. He didn't say, I'm just too sick. Y'all go ahead and eat it without me. I'm about to die soon, so y'all go. He didn't do that. He said, look, let's eat. And he feasted. And he said he won't drink of it until he drink of it new in the kingdom with us. So what y'all think? None of y'all know nothing about the Passover because you never kept it. If we left it up to these jakes, nobody knows nothing about the Passover. So guess what? Nobody ever kept it. What you think you're just gonna automatically beam you up and now you're gonna start knowing it in the kingdom? No, it's preparation. He getting you ready for it in the kingdom. But wait, Yahushua told us to keep Passover. We got ignorant jakes telling us we ain't got to do it no more. When Yahushua said, do this in remembrance of me forever. As an ordinance, forever. And didn't Christ know that we was going to go into slavery and get scattered out of Jerusalem? Yeah, Luke 22. Didn't he say, when you see the armies of Jerusalem compassed with armies? Absolutely. So what are you talking about? He would have told you, y'all ain't going to be able to do this outside of Jerusalem, so don't worry about it. Why would he tell you to eat of it and he knew you was going to get scattered? Brothers, it's scary. Let's get real quick. 1 Peter. Did we read all of that? 12?
No, let's finish.
Yeah, finish it.
From the top. Blessed is the man that endured temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Most High have promised to them that love him.
Man, this is how weak our people are today, man. Brothers was keeping the Sabbath during the time of the Maccabees so strictly that they didn't even go to war on the Sabbath. Y'all remember that history? The history with the Maccabees? They was keeping the law so sternly, they was like, well, damn, they about to come again. Our enemies will always go to war against us on the Sabbath because we didn't fight back. So it was literally like a great slaughter. It was like literally we were just getting killed. We were just letting them kill us because we was like, we can't break the Sabbath. That's how strictly our people was keeping the laws and the faith. And we talking about righteous men. We ain't talking about, oh, them fair. No, we talking about the Maccabees. And they had to decree something. They had to use wisdom. Like, hey, we can't do that again. We got to start fighting on the Sabbath. But that just lets you know the spirit they got. Can you imagine if the Maccabees was in today's time and brothers are talking about we can't keep the law? Because they'll be laughing at you.
They probably accuse you.
Man, Julius Maccabees would have slayed y'all, all y'all Facebook, YouTube cats. He would have slayed y'all for even saying that. Like, what are you talking about? Hey, we got to keep this Passover. What are you saying? So all of that scary stuff and, oh, the coronavirus and scared of sickness and all of that, man, we ain't trying to hear that. Where's your faith at to the brothers that's teaching this bullcrap? Or it's another way. It's either Jakes are scared because they don't want to get caught by Esau, or Jakes are scared because are lazy. I mean to say they don't want to calculate the feast days. They don't want to do the homework. It is not hard to keep these feast days. New moon in springtime. Count 14 days. Y'all kept Christmas harder than y'all trying to keep the laws of God. Y'all kept some of y'all kept Christmas without fail. We can't keep the laws of God. You crazy? All that, man, y'all was suited up. Easter's best. Had your pimp hat on and a flower in your pocket, in your coat pocket. Hey, there you say it again, Ishbot. You gotta say it one more time. You gotta say it so they can hear you.
Say it again. Say it louder so they can hear you.
This is where you're gonna find out who was the real gangsters and the studio gangsters. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. All you studio Hebrews out there that talk big on Facebook and all that, y'all warriors, but then y'all make excuses not to keep the Passover. Shame on you. Yeah, hey, you know they know. You know the women do know. You can fool the brothers, huh? The woman know. Women be knowing what brothers ain't up. Right. Absolutely. Let's get real quick. Let's get Deuteronomy 7:19 real quick. And I'm sorry, brothers. I had to,
7 and 19?
yeah, 7 and 19. I had to touch on this just a little bit.
You got it, bro?
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 19. The great temptations which thine eyes saw.
Now, what is he talking about? He said the great temptations that your eyes saw. What is he talking about? Talking about Egypt. This is when they left the wilderness. So he's telling us, remember all that stuff we seen? Remember y'all seen fire come from heaven? Remember y'all seen the, that's scary. That's not nothing. Y'all think that was happy seeing? They was scared of seeing that. Moses had to tell them, like, no, we covered. But they seen great temptations, right? Read.
Which thine eyes saw, and the signs and the wonders, and the mighty hand, and the stretched out arm.
They seen all of that. They seen more than what we seeing right now. Did they make an excuse not to eat the Passover in haste? No, they still ate it. Read.
Whereby the Hamashiach, thy most high, brought thee out.
He saved us. What we scared of for? What we scared for? We acting like the Christians. We acting like the Christian church. We closed because of coronavirus. I thought so too. Guess what? We're gonna be in that house. Almost 30 deep, keeping Passover. Hey, cooking and everything. Rain, sleet, or snow, because ain't it supposed to rain?
It's supposed to rain.
And we still gonna keep it. Ain't nothing gonna stop us from eating of it. And if something does stop you, you know, with one of the things that the brother mentioned, which was excellent breakdown, you know, circumcision, unclean. That second Passover, you gotta keep it. Look, we about the laws of God, man. We're not about nothing else but the laws. We just a group of brothers that want to keep the laws. Who with me on that? There you go. Let's get that. Let's get Ecclesiastes. I want the last chapter real quick.
12 and 13.
Yeah, 12 and 13. And if you want to bring out 1 and 9, it's right, you can. But let's get that real quick. And then I just want one more precept and that's it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
Do what?
Fear God and keep his commandments.
So is the law a commandment? I meant to say the feast day is a commandment. So do we have to keep them? Oh, but we pick and choose. Oh, we don't have to keep Passover, but we can keep the 7-day Sabbath. Isn't that in the same type of holy convocation? So, you picking and choosing now. You pick and choose what feast day you want to use now. Oh, okay. You might as well say we don't have to keep the Sabbath, but in Jerusalem. It don't make sense. We got to keep these commandments. That's what we're about. The laws, statutes, and commandments. We're not about nothing else, but really following God's laws. And I just want to be around like-minded brothers that want to do the same thing I want to do. And that's just serve God. Right? And that's why I'm happy the Most High got brothers here. We are like-minded, and let's keep these laws. We know what it feels like to be wicked. We already did that, done that. We already been with the homies on the block, chilling, drinking, smoking, trying to get bag females, trying to hit whoever, sisters with their home girls and trying to play dudes. We done been there, done that. All of us in here done already been there, done that. Let's see how it feels to really be right. And I ain't talking about that bootleg right. You know that bootleg right where you act right, you just wear fringes and got a beard, but your spirit is nasty. Yeah, we talking about really right. Like if you got a problem with your brother, you don't go to her to talk about it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, fast food body. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good. We're gonna start calling it that fast food body. You know what I'm saying? We're not wrong, because what people don't understand is, and we're gonna touch on it a little bit more when we keep Passover, when we go over our ordinances and things like that, when we have our convocation. People don't understand the spiritual aspect of Passover, man. Passover is deeper than just eating lamb. It's about cleaning out your body. The scriptures say, this is how backwards you Israelites are, right? The scriptures say, the ones that's teaching you don't have to do this, right? We know about the non-Masonics. They done anyway. You know, they teach you don't have to keep none of it because they can't keep it because they got to give a sacrifice for every day. Matter of fact, every Sabbath they keep, they got to give a sacrifice. So I see why the non-Masonics teach we don't have to keep the feast days because they don't want to feel like explaining where they sacrificed that. But now for the ones that believe in Yahweh Shai, how can you go and tell somebody they don't got to do it no more? It's fulfilled in the blood of Christ because we're not in our homeland in Jerusalem, because we don't have a temple anymore. When he told you your body is the temple. So wherever you are is the temple of God. So what are you talking about? You still eat of the lamb because your body is now the temple of God. You don't need, that's the whole point. You don't need a physical temple anymore. God is inside of your members. Now you got to sweep it out, garnish it, make sure that it's clean, right? Let's get Psalms 91 and 7. Keep the Passover. Stop making excuses out there and being lazy, man. To not be able to keep the laws of God because you don't want to do the homework or you just afraid of Esau.
You want to say first?
You can start. Yeah, start.
Psalm chapter 91, verse 6. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasted at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, 10,000 at thy right side, but it shall not come nigh thee.
Oh, the death toll then ran into 2,000 with the coronavirus. Oh, 20,000 people. It's 20,000 cases in Los Angeles alone with the coronavirus. You think we scared of that? Said 20,000, 10,000, 1 million people will die and we ain't gonna be scathed. That's why we still go out. You think I'll be, man, y'all look stupid wearing them masks.
Crazy.
You know, the dumbest thing I ever saw was they was wearing a corona mask, smoking a cigarette. The hell is that? You wearing a corona mask to not get sick, but you smoking cancer. That's how stupid people are and fearful. Can I be honest with y'all? I like being straightforward and honest, man. Just retarded. Mask on, sleeves, gloves. And with the gloves, still scared to touch your hand. They got the whole glove on and they scared to give you your money back when you was buying some food. Man, this is what I'm talking about, man. And it's sick when you got your Israelite brothers scared. Okay. Let the ones in the world, but you scared too, bro. Come on, man. Most High didn't give us a spirit of what?
I'm laughing because I'm laughing because somebody at work, he always give me love. When I see it with coronavirus, I'm like, what's up, my bro? All right. Keep your distance, though. I'm like, damn, like that. Yeah, man, keep your distance, man.
Just scary.
I started dying, like, I ain't even take it personal. I was like,
yo, 6'5", 150 plus. Scared as ever, walking around on tippy toes, scared to touch people. Come on, man. Man, look, Most High gave us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of power. So, if we keeping those laws, and that's our whole duty, man. That's what we do. So I just want to bring that out.
One more for my brother. You know what I'm saying? Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. You can bring it out. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable. Salaki, I'll let y'all get there. Revelation 21 and 8. You know, y'all there? Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. It says, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone.
Now notice that's a deep one right there. Because notice how he used the word fearful first and then listed all of these things. Because the only people that are afraid are the people that have these spirits on. Because you're not afraid if you're doing right, but you got to fear. Because even if I get the coronavirus and die, guess where I'm going? I'm going home.
To the kingdom. Yeah.
But you're only fearful when you don't got the love of God and you got these attributes. So when you see somebody that's afraid, you got to question yourself in your heart. Is he doing something that he might not supposed to be doing? Because there's no reason to be afraid if you right, unless you got some leaven in you. See, that's a good precept. Beautiful, man. But that's all I got.
Praise the Most High.
Let me get 91.
Go ahead.
91 and 10 again. 9.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'll bring it up.
Bring it
It
up.
says, because thou hast made the Hamashiach. Psalms 91 and 8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Hamashiach, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. Therefore shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Man, read verse 11, huh?
Yes, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways.
You might as well read all the way down to 16. Go ahead, read the whole chapter.
They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone.
Mm.
Thou shalt tread upon the lion and otter.
Mm.
The young lion and the dragon shall thou trample under feet, because he hath set his love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name.
Mm-hmm.
He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and shew him my salvation.
Now, if we was in a Christian church, we would have been hollering, hooping around, speaking in tongues right now, boy. You know, that's real. But notice, David is so beautiful, man. I love David. His spirit, man, that Jake was on another level. But notice how at the end, he said, you're going to protect me from all of these perils and these dangers, right? But I'm still going to satisfy and do right by you also. Keeping the feast days, keeping the laws, no matter what. If I'm keeping these laws, God's going to do right to me. The Mashiach and Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, and his father Yahweh are going to do right by me as long as I'm doing right by them, man. All praises to the Most High. Hey, anything else?
No, we good. We signing out.
Okay. For sure, for sure. I hope everybody online have a blessed and beautiful Sabbath. Love y'all. We're going to go put some more work in. Shalom.
Pray it out.